You know, sometimes there are these moments in life where everything just clicks, where destiny, timing, and a single promise all collide in one place. Well, we're about to dive into one of the biggest ones ever, a fated encounter at a dusty well that changes, well, everything.
Okay, so picture this. Jacob has been on the run for years, and he finally reaches Haran. And he's not just relieved. The source text says his feet felt light from the joy in his heart. I mean, that's this incredible feeling, right? That deep down certainty that you are exactly where you are supposed to be.
And it all comes down to this one meeting at a well. It becomes the exact point on which the entire future pivots, not just for him, but for a whole nation. So we're going to break down this incredible collision of past, present, and future, all happening right here, right now.
All right, let's set the scene. Our main character is a man living on the edge. He's part traveler, part fugitive, and he's stepping into the very landscape that's going to define the rest of his life.
So here he is, Jacob. At 84 years old, he's not some kid on an adventure. He's a scholar, a thinker, a man who observes. But he's also a fugitive, on the run from his brother's fury. He shows up with nothing, no wealth, no power, just the weight of his past and this desperate hope for a new start.
And this is what he sees. Well, literally the lifeblood of this place, but it's sealed shut with a huge stone. There are flocks of sheep just lying around, shepherds just standing there. It's the middle of the day, but everything is at a standstill, like the whole world is just holding its breath, waiting.
And this gets us to the rising action. See, this well isn't just a place to get water. It's a stage, it's an obstacle, a tradition, and a test of patience that is just about to be shattered.
So Jacob starts asking around, and each answer is like a breadcrumb on the trail home. Are you from Haran? Yep. Do you know Laban, my uncle? Yeah, we know him. Is he doing okay? He is. And then, the absolute kicker, delivered with perfect timing, his daughter Rachel is on her way. Right now.
Jacob, ever the logical one, is looking at this whole scene and thinking, hold on a second. It's high noon. The sheep are thirsty. Why is everybody just hanging around? It makes zero sense. So what is really going on here?
And here's the catch. There's a rule, a custom. The stone is just too heavy for one or two guys. They have to wait for all the flocks to get there so they can move it together. It's a system built on teamwork, sure, but for Jacob at this moment, it's a giant rock standing between him and his destiny.
And now, everything changes. This is the moment. All that waiting, all that tension, it just explodes into action. This is where human will and divine timing smash into each other in this one unbelievable cinematic moment. And then she arrives, Rachel. At 22, she carries herself with this incredible confidence, a true shepherdess. The sources call her beautiful and well-favored, just radiating this luminous energy. She's the catalyst for everything that's about to happen.
I mean, just look at this sequence. The second Jacob lays eyes on Rachel, something inside him just unlocks. This almost supernatural strength surges through him. He does what all those other men said was impossible. He walks up and rolls that massive stone away, all by himself. This isn't just about muscle, it's a sign. When destiny calls, the impossible just happens.
And what follows this insane feat of strength is just this brilliant, raw, emotional explosion. He doesn't flex, he doesn't celebrate, he runs to Rachel, a woman he's never met, kisses her like family, and just breaks down. He starts weeping. All the years of fear and loneliness and running just come pouring out.
So, why the tears? Well, the source material gives us this really moving reason. On his way there, his nephew Eliphaz had robbed him of everything. So he was crying because he finally made it home to his family, but he showed up as a fugitive with empty pockets. He had nothing to offer her family but himself. Those tears were relief, sure, but they were also pure vulnerability.
So Rachel runs home to tell her dad, and out comes Laban. Now at 118, he's the patriarch, but he's also sharp, a negotiator. He runs to meet Jacob, throws his arms around him, but you can almost see the gears turning. He's a perfect mix of warm family welcome and shrewd calculation. So inside, Jacob lays it all out, the whole story. Fleeing from his brother Esau, getting robbed on the road, and Laban says, "Surely you are my own flesh and blood." It's this warm embrace, this declaration of kinship that officially brings Jacob into the family. But the story doesn't just end with a happy reunion. Of course not. This fated meeting is just the beginning. Now a new life has to be built, one founded on an incredible promise, but but also shadowed by a really profound loss. So now we meet Laban's two daughters, and they could not be more different. Leah, the older one, is described as having tender eyes, which suggests this quiet, deep, maybe even overlooked soul. And then there's Rachel, the younger, whose beauty and confidence just grab you immediately. It's pretty clear who Jacob has his eyes on from day one. After a month, Laban gets down to business. "What should your wages be?" he asks. And Jacob, who has no money for a bride price, makes the ultimate vow. He puts his entire future on the table. "I will serve you for 7 years for Rachel." 7 years of his life. And Laban agrees, sealing a pact that's going to change everything for all of them. So 2 years pass. Jacob is working, serving his time, building this new life. And then news arrives. And it's one of those moments that kind of punctures the personal drama and reminds you that everyone is part of a much, much bigger story. The news is about Eber, the great-grandson of Noah's son Shem. He's died at 464 years old. Now, this isn't just some old guy passing away. Eber was a living connection to the world after the Great Flood, a patriarch who was spiritually massive. For a scholar like Jacob, this loss would have been absolutely profound.
And that really leaves us with this final thought. Jacob's brand new life kicks off with this incredible moment of destiny, this promise of love, and yet it's almost immediately marked by this huge loss from the past. It's a powerful reminder, isn't it, that new beginnings are almost never clean breaks. They're always woven together with all the threads of what came before.